come here right now, Mr. Kitten Bridges ordered. Mama Junebug Jones. No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds, she scolded, or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Miss Doohey's bird bath. The lettuce went on and on. The lecture went on as usual. You got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants, said his mother, about just what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet, she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippy Jon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, Skippy Jon Jones. Oh, I'm Skippy Jon Jones, and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head. On his way down to the earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippy Jon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. Holy Jamaica, explained Skippy Jon Jones. What was that? So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head's too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." Back on land, Skippy Jon Jones climbed into his toy box and riffled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, Skippy Jon Jones began to swing in a voice. "My name is Skippy Francisco. Clap, clap. I fear not a smile burrito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like jello. I jet the Joel done, yes sir, yes indeed, oh." Back in the kitchen, Jizzle Bell, and Julie Boo Jones were all helping Mama Jumbo Jones make lunch. Can Skippy Jon Jones come out of his room now, Jujubee? "No," answered Mama. Junebug Jones, Mr. Flutter Nutter is still thinking. In fact, Skippy Jon wasn't thinking about being Sesame Kid at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a Mexican band of chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. Hey, Green Ball, who goes there? Asked Skippy Jon Jones. We go by the name of Los Chunchalas, growled Don. Digo, the biggest of the small ones. Who are you? I am Escondido, the great sword fighter, said Skippy Jon Jones. Then they took us to Sicily. But after waking up, the Chicharros got down to serious bee's knees. Using his paw, Don Digo drew a picture in the sand of great bumblebee oat for Skippinito to see. A hush grew over the Chicharros, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bazooka whispered the crowd Albedo, Bumblebee Rito. See, said Perdito. The Bernardo still our Fritos, not your beans, cried Skirto. See, Potato Tindo. Red beans, black beans, Boston baked, and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, jelly too. And now he comes for us, Potato asked it. Pork you? Asked Gipto. Because we are full of beans too. Then Dorito stood tall, and in his most staccato voice declared, Yo, Cuto Frigo, huh? Asked Gipto. The dude just wants his beans back, said Potato. And you are the dog for the job. Me? Asked Skipto. Then all of them Chicharros turned toward Skipto, the great sword fighter. But poor Skipto had no time for a plan because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The Chicharros scattered in all directions. Vado Skipto, or it is you, the Brito, will eat your toe, they cried. Skipto stood his ground, but his legs shivered and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like castanets. Then, in a soft voice, he said, "My name is Skiddo. For Skiddo, I fear not a single burrito." But Alfredo Bazzetto flew straight for Skipto until the bean-eating burrito hollered only inches up away the great sword fighter face. "Holy Francisco's!" cried Skippy as he thrust the sword in the air. Pop! Suddenly a pop went to the burrito, landing on Skipto's sword, and quicker than one said, "Chihuahua cheese and crackers." Every kind of beans came spilling out of the Furto burrito, the Bumblebeeto Banto. When all the doggies burst into song, "Yip, yip, yipto! Our hero is Elsa Gipto. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos." Clap, clap. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippy Jon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced the hall to the kitty boy's room, banged into it, crashed into, popped to the, skipped the, just in time to see Skippy Jon Jones' closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, Beanbag, Doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday pinata on his head. "Skippy Jon Jones," everyone cried. "Holy muches," he said in a mama voice, soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippy Jon Jones and covered his head with his furry, purry kisses. "What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Puff?" he scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippy Jon Jones began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippy Jon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippy Jon Jones, called Mama. Bonito this Miss Nichols, said Skippy Jon Jones.